All right, hi everyone, Peter here. Another video for you, sponsored by Squarespace. And I want to mention briefly while I drink this very old coffee that I hope won't harm me. Ooh, I just brushed my teeth. That's not so good. I'm in art school right now. Uh, it's a little bit, it's overall it's very fun and I'm enjoying it. But it's a little bit weird because I've already been drawing and making art for like 10 years. So it's a little bit interesting when they do things like try to make me make, they don't make me do anything, but they lead you in certain directions and try to teach you things. And one of the things they do is they try to make you, well, I keep saying make, but they try to teach you to create art that says something. And this is not usually how I've gone about my art. Some of you may have noticed this, you may not have. Maybe sometimes my art has said something to you, and that's wonderful. However, that's never really been my intention. I don't think it's bad to say things with your art, and this way of making art has been very interesting, and I think it's a real skill, and it takes work and time to hone this skill, and I've enjoyed going in that direction. But once again, that's not what I've been doing for years, and that's not what I'm going to be doing today. No, today, once again, we're just going to draw a big, thick, juicy drawing on a piece of paper with a tech pen once again, .4 Mars Statler thing. And more what happens is I take all these things I experience consciously and unconsciously, things I look at purposefully and things that just filter into my brain as I exist. And all those things filter in, and then the things that tickle my brain a little bit filter back out onto the paper, right? Whether it's like trees and leaves or cracks in the sidewalk or little machine parts, or those are some visual things. There might be some feelings mixed in there as well. I don't know. Those are a little harder to describe. Maybe that's why I need to draw them. But really, what I'm doing when I draw is letting out a little bit of frustration, I think, because there's a lot of things in my life I can't control, and how do I say this? I have a very bingeable personality. There's a lot of things I could be doing in my life which they don't seem quite so constructive. In fact, they seem downright destructive when I spend a lot of time doing them, such as watching whole seasons of TV shows at a time while I eat whole pizzas at a time. But when I'm sitting here drawing, it does seem constructive because I have a drawing to show for it afterwards. And also, the frustration I was talking about, for some reason when I'm sitting there drawing, I'm sitting there pouring into it all my hopes and dreams that somehow, some way, drawing will solve all my problems in life. Obviously, drawing can't really do that. It solves some of my problems because I've made some money with drawing, but not all of them. But still, I draw with the hope that maybe this next drawing, this drawing leading to all my drawings in the future, will somehow fix everything. And I think that's maybe an unhelpful or unhealthy type of passion, but like I said, I could be eating pizza with the same kind of passion, and so I'm happy to settle for drawing for now. So let's get to the drawing. I don't know if that made any sense. Also, thank you to Squarespace for continuing to sponsor these videos. Go over there, start looking through all the templates they have. I think they're really inspiring just as a jumping off point for whatever you've got going on. There's not really any project too small. Setting up a website like this is even just a good way to get your ideas laid out in front of you. So get on there, start workshopping a little bit before you hit publish. But then it's nice for people to see what you've got going on. Get those image galleries up there. You can do little fine-tune adjustments like choosing the amount of padding between each image in the gallery, or whether it's a slideshow or a grid. So go over there, squarespace.com, start your free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/PeterDraws to get 10% off your first website or domain. All right, so today I have a cool thing happening in my life that hasn't really happened before. That is, I have an art show. Well, the art show it started on Monday or Tuesday, I think Tuesday, and it goes till the 28th. The reception is tonight, and it's pretty exciting because I've been, over the years, people have been watching my videos, and every now and then I would get a comment that said, Peter, you should get into a gallery or something. And these were all just big question marks in my mind. I don't know how galleries work. I don't know how how to get in one or anything. But the problem is I mostly just exist here on the internet and here in this little room where I draw and make videos. And it's a weird transition to end up out there in what seems like more of the real world. But this art gallery is one where I had an internship last semester at school, and last semester I did curate my own show, so that was kind of my show. But this one, my art is actually in it, and I spent like a week installing it. It's like one big thing, in the sense that all the pieces are connected. It's a bunch of drawings I've done over the years. I kind of picked out a bunch of them that would kind of match the same theme. The theme is kind of like this, it kind of looks like a detective's crazy board, like one of those investigation boards with a bunch of notes and scribbles and red yarn connecting everything, a lot of post-it notes and little notes and tapes, pieces of tape and stuff like that. There's 3 different walls that I've connected with all the different pieces, and each wall has kind of a different theme. It's hard to explain. I'll do a video tour later because I know I have announced this far too late, because by the time this video is uploaded, tonight will probably be yesterday or the day before yesterday or something, right? It's too late. I'm sorry. I announced it on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, maybe if you live close enough, if you're in the area, maybe you had the chance to come. But like I said, I'll do a video tour so everyone here can at least see it digitally. One thing I'm not looking forward to is deinstalling, having to take it all down, because I stuck thumbtacks through a lot of my drawings, but I think the little holes shouldn't matter too much. I even drew with markers on some of my drawings, but at first I hesitated, but then I thought, hey, all of these drawings were just sitting in my sketchbooks, not getting any, no one was looking at them. They weren't getting any action, no recognition. They're just sitting dormant, lying there, almost purposeless. So I was like, yeah, this is worth it to integrate them into this larger art piece, even if they have to get a hole in them or a piece of tape on them. I've already scanned them in and everything. I think this is a really good use for them. And one of the problems I ran into is after I finished the installation, I stood back and looked at it all. I'd spent hours putting it all up, and then I wasn't happy. I wasn't proud of it. I think this is a chronic problem a lot of artists have, is just kind of beating themselves down about what they've made, like it's never good enough sort of thing. And for like 2 or 3 days after I finished, and like the first 2 or 3 days of the show, I didn't really tell anyone. I didn't post about it or anything. I wasn't proud of it. And I was like, I guess what I had in my mind about what it would be like and what it would feel like to have my art in a gallery. Granted, this isn't a real, well, I mean, I'm doing it right now, with all these caveats, saying, oh, it's not a real gallery because it's a student gallery, and I just had to email. I had it in, but maybe all the people that have their art in galleries have their, maybe it's always about who you know, and I don't know how it really works. I feel like for a lot of galleries, it's maybe you just pay to get in, or the gallery, the curator just has to like your work enough. It's completely different for straight up museums where the curator had, I don't know. Anyways, I didn't like it. I wasn't proud of it, but eventually I came around and I made a post on Instagram, and uh and then there's a lot of really good feedback, and I started to be proud of it. I'll admit my ego, my psyche, I'm a little fragile sometimes, and I do need a little. I having as many subscribers and followers as I do, I get a lot of really good feedback, very like overwhelmingly positive feedback all the time. But even so, I still doubt myself, right? I still think all the time, yeah, it's not good enough. No one's going to like it. Everyone's going to walk in here and think it's pretty lousy. It's pretty lame. Like, why did you put all this work into it? Why did we even come out tonight? Right? All that stuff still creeps into my head. I don't know why. Maybe it's just part of being human, or I don't know. Um, but who knows? Anyways, I'm happy I'm doing it. It's going great. Uh, and I'm looking forward to the reception tonight, where there's there's four rooms, four galleries at this place called Greensboro Project Space. It's open to the 28th. I don't know when this is posted, so if you're in the area, you can come by and look at it before I take it down. And there's other students have some artwork up there in the other galleries too, some really cool stuff worth looking at. And so, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think there was some other stuff I was going to say. As usual, I usually think of incredible things to say in these commentaries while I'm lying in my bed trying to fall asleep at night. I really need to keep a voice recorder there, and then you can hear my voice as I lie in bed, rambling off random thoughts. I guess I don't know if that would be better or even more disjointed and indecipherable than usual. But, anyways, I think I'll mark this one down as a win. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for all the support over the years. I appreciate it, okay? Love y'all. Bye-bye.